Hello everybody, this is Caronte, and as you can tell by my accent, English is not my mother language. So I hope that you can bear with my accent and my grammar incorrections. I hope that those are not too intrusive. And I'm here to teach you how to install the Star Wars mod for X3 Albion Prelude, as well as a few other mods that I find very useful. The first thing is to find your install directory. If you bought the game in GOG, or I don't know if in Humble Bundle Shop is the game right now, I don't remember. But if you bought a DRM free version, you already have a folder that looks pretty much like this. Okay. If you bought it in Steam, you have to go to your Steam library first. Mine is here, Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, Terran Conflict. That's the vanilla game as it comes when you download it, and just copy the whole thing and paste it somewhere else. You can do everything in the very own Steam folder, but I don't recommend it. I recommend you to have a vanilla version, clean and without problems. Albion Prelude, for those that you don't know, it's a different program than Terran Conflict, but it's more like an add-on. As a matter of fact, the soundtrack, the movies, a few assets like those are in the root folder, but the whole Albion Prelude thing is inside the add-on folder. This is important for later. Okay, so now that we know the folder structure, we are going to rename this. We are going to rename it to X3 AP Star Wars mod, for example. It doesn't matter the name, it's totally irrelevant. The first thing that we're going to do is to download all the mods in a folder. I recommend you to have the installers in a folder and that you keep it safe, because if you want to redo the thing, having the mods all together is very handy. But the other thing is that this game is pretty old and the modding community is still active and there are a lot of new mods, but those are mostly for LeakCube. LeakCube is a total overhaul of X3 Albion Prelude. If you have played the game vanilla and you like the game in vanilla, I really recommend you to try LeakCube Universe. It's a great mod, but we are here for Star Wars. So what I was saying is that even though the community is still active, some of these mods are no longer available. The original links are down, you cannot find it. That's why in the description box down below, you have some direct downloads links, as well as the forum where I found the links or where the mod is described, because some mods are a little finicky to install. Okay, this is going to be a pretty straightforward process, and I'm going to guide you through the worst part of it. But it's really advisable to read through the threads and really know what they are telling you to do, because most of the problems that people have installing mods is just not reading through the install process, and it's not really hard. So the first thing is to install the game bonus pack. Okay, this bonus pack is original from Egosoft. It's a community-driven thing. I'm going to explain this in a moment. I'm going to install everything. I don't need any additional languages. And it's important, don't tick, or if it's taken by default, is on, okay? So tick off the backup saves, because it screwed me every single time. So if you want to make a backup yourself, it's really easy. You go to your documents folder, and in Egosoft, you just copy that. Done. Backup to save. That's as easy as that. Okay. So I'm going to install the thing. What I was saying is some of these scripts that are included in the bonus pack were done by the community, and they were so necessary and so well done that Egosoft decided to make a bundle with them. And I guess that they changed stuff around, but they're pretty much the mods that were fixes for the game and were community driven. Now we have the bonus pack on, and we're going to install the Star Wars mod. I've already uncompressed the file. I recommend you to use 7-zip. It's free and it's awesome. So just extract in a folder, and here it is. The README shows you the installation process and the changelog. Don't skip the reading of this file ever. Inside the Terran conflict, we have all these folders. We are going to copy them inside our root directory of X3 Albion Prelude. It's going to tell me that it needs to overwrite some stuff, 46 files if I remember, 47. I'm going to overwrite all of them. And right now we have the Star Wars mod working. So let's try it out. Oh, by the way, if you just execute the Albion Prelude thing, it's going to work because I have Steam open and that kind of thing. But I recommend you to download the no Steam executable. It's available in the Egosoft web. There's no problem with that. It doesn't have the _n. That thing is something that I added. That's because it's been with the _n for the longest time, and longest time I mean years. And in the latest release, they decided to take that off. So when you copy it, you replace the original file, which should not be a problem if I didn't play Liquid Universe that is looking specifically for the _n thing. So I recommend you to keep the _n and just roll with it. I'm going to execute the game to see if the Star Wars mod did copy and did well. And I'm already seeing a Star Destroyer, so this is working like a charm. I have the most recent version, and I'm going to load the game. Let's see if this works. I'm hoping for an error. Let's see if I have the error. It takes some time to load. There are a lot of models that Star Wars mod included. And when I mean a lot, I mean sometimes the game freezes and you get like, what's going on? And the thing that is going on is a huge ship going through a gate and coming into your sector. That's the error. That sound was a message coming, okay? That's the little envelope down here. And when you read the message, it's telling you that Kodia needs the weapon system library, and it doesn't have that library. Okay, Kodia is installed by default in the Star Wars mod, but he forgot to include the library. So what we're going to do first is to solve that problem by installing the library. The library is one of the things that I gave you a direct link because the place where the library is in German. I don't speak German, and well, I just thought that it would be nice. So first I'm going to open the file. See, this file has a very, very weird thing going on. Like, it has a lot of things, but the T with those 80, 30, 13, L7 is something that you can look for. If I go to the T, I have 80 14, but not 13. Okay, that's important because I'm going to try something. I'm going to if you should install the X Universe plugin manager, and I'm going to execute it right now. Okay, so I'm going to execute the lead version, and I'm going to point it to my install folder, and I'm going to tell it that it's an Albion Prelude executable. Done. Now it's loading the folder, and in a moment it's going to show. Here. If it doesn't load, there's a window somewhere and you don't have the icon on the taskbar. I don't know why, but that's how it rolls. So new game directory, do you want to add it? Yes, and now it's loaded. Right now it's loading as a vanilla game, and we need to change it to a modded game. So we go to settings, mode, modified. He wants to install all this stuff, and we are going to need everything, so I'm going to allow it. And we have these three libraries. But what I want to install is this library. I'm going to install archive instead of package. I'm going to go to my mod folder, and I'm going to select the build. I'm not even going to try. It's installed. It says that it's installed. Let's check it out. Add-on T8013 looks good. So let's run the game and see if it worked. Now it shouldn't give us the incoming message with the error, and we'll know that everything works. The loading screens are awesome. You have to give the mod developer that. He got into trouble in the Egosoft forum. I think it's because of the soundtrack, but I'm not really sure. Maybe the loading screens have something to do with it, because Disney is not going after Star Wars mods. I mean, there are a lot of Star Wars mods for different games, and the forum said something about Warez, WAREZ words. I don't know how you say it. So we didn't have a message. We are on the clear. Let's check the controls.
Ship systems malfunctioning.
Hasn't been closer. Okay, that's a first for me. So I'm going to quit. It doesn't matter. We didn't get the error. And that's really a first. So now that we have Codia working and the Star Wars mod working, I'm going to introduce you to a couple new mods that are like really interesting. One of them is the escape mod. I'm going to show you this because it's not going to work with the plugin manager. If I go to escape pods, it doesn't work. It's because it's a RAR file. If I uncompress it, I can either copy these folders inside my add-on folder. Important, my add-on folder. This came with the library, but whatever. I can either copy this along, or I like to, if I'm going to use the plugin manager, I like to have the list of mods that I'm using. So the other thing that I can do is to just compress it as a TIFF file, because the structure is already there and it's working fine. So I only have the 8846, and let's check again. We don't have 8846, so that's a very good way to know if the mod installed correctly. So right now I have the escape pod zip, install the zip, done, install, and now I have the 8846. So it's installed and it should be working. I could just copy it, okay? It doesn't matter. Inside the add-on folder, I can copy this. Here, it's going to tell me to replace, overwrite, it's okay. Doesn't matter, but this way I have the tracking, okay? What I've installed and what I didn't install. The other thing that is that you can use the plugin manager to install are those ASPK, okay? I'm going to install the improved races. And you're going to see why, because this is one of those finicky mods to install. I know for sure that this community plugin configuration is out of date. I'm going to check for updates. It's waiting. Keeps waiting. Oh, I have to start. Okay. It says that it doesn't have an update, but I know that it does. Why? Because I have the plugin, community plugin 1.51. Maybe it's exactly the same. Okay, now if I check for updates, it doesn't say anything. Usually it tells me that the one that it has it's older, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to close the plugin manager and run the game again. Let's see if we can get the improved races to work, because the improved races, it's a mod that allows for sector traits. I mean, right now you can own properties, but you cannot own a sector. You cannot make the sector yours. And with these mods, you should be able to do that. And I haven't done it, but only thinking about it makes me drool. You can conquer the whole galaxy. I'm dying to try it. Just like a carpet. Bomb everything and make the whole map yours. So let's check for stuff. And the first stuff that we need to check is, okay, everything here looks good. The Codia is working. And I have some stuff from my previous install. If you don't have this stuff, don't worry at all, okay? The important thing is these improved races. I'm going to bind it to something. No, error, mistakes were made. Add control, apply, save. Open Empire config menu. Okay, it's working, but for you, probably the first time it will not work, okay? Probably you will not find this in interface, this item. You will not be able to bind this item, okay? How do you bind it? Well, the first thing that you need to know is that there are a lot of kind of mods, but some of the mods are come with the prefix AL, as in artificial life. If you go to gameplay, you go to artificial life settings, and here you have the different artificial life mods that you have installed. I have a pirate in range. Let's move. So The thing is that you will not have the control, okay, the key binding thing. So you need to make it work. I'm going to teach you how. First, you go to P or just hover over the little dude there, and you need to change your name. Right now, you are Oren Fed, and you need to be there shall be wings. That enables the scripting console and the debug manager and all that stuff. So right now you need to save. For that you need to go to any station. Oh, really? It's attacking? Okay, it didn't persist. And now that you changed your name, by the way, you didn't really change your name. I'm going to show it to you.
Successfully done.
Your name is still
Connection to
Oren
location
Fed.
network.
You can read it up there, okay? So it didn't change your name, but it recognizes it. It's like a code for the game to know that you want to open the script editor and all that stuff. So I'm going to save the game in the slot 1, for example. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to reload the game. Load first slot. Yes, I want to reload. And now, if you didn't find that key binding of improved races in the menu, now you should find it. Okay, that's the whole thing that you need to do. There shall be wings all together, no spaces, capital T, important the capital T. And now, well, I already had it, but now you should find the improved races menu. You cannot access it in the station, so make sure to join dock, and now you can find the menu. And this is the cool thing: you can make racial sector takeover, so different races will take over sectors. But it didn't work for me. But the player sector takeover, it did work for me. So let's try. Oh, this time it kept both. Oh, this is going to be so cool. I really can't wait. So right now we have, I'm going to let it finish just in case. Okay. So now we have those mods working. I didn't show the escape mod for you to know that it's working too. So let's get in a game, whatever. Most of the mods, you know that they are installed because they usually have a key binding association. If you don't find the key binding, there's something wrong. In this case, we have the activate escape pod and eject escape pod. So it's working. And those are pretty much the two kinds of mods that you can find. Okay, the SPK format that you need the plugin manager, otherwise you won't be able to install, or this other that have the T scripts folders that go into the add-on folder inside the Star Wars mod that we made. Okay, inside the add-on, if you want to install them using the plugin manager Lite, just need to click install archive and just keep installing. The mods that I'm going to use are in the description box down below. I don't know if I'm going to change any of them. I'm pretty sure that I will not take any of them out because I've tried them and they're working great. Even though I've not fully explored them, like the improved races, I'm dying to try that. But I don't know if I will add anything else. I'm looking for a mod specifically that will list the sectors in the satellite network. But if I find it, I find it. If I don't, maybe I'll code it myself. I don't know. Other than that, as you've seen, the install process is really easy. It's a lot less complicated than people make it sound. You just have to be a little, careful with how you do stuff, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Before trying to install these zip files with the install archive, enter the compressed file and make sure that in the root there are those two folders right there. If they are inside any other folder, you may be in trouble. So, and if you are working on, I'm going to show you a different thing. The detector, for example. Let's unfold and compress the file. If you're in Linux, you have a problem with the folder names, because in Windows it doesn't matter if that S is capital or is not, but in Linux it's very important. So if you're going to install this using Wine or something like that, you have to go through all the files and make sure that they have no capital letters. Okay? No capital letters at all. And if you go inside the README, probably you have the installation using Plugin Manager, so it's telling you that it's compatible. That's great. The manual method, it's copy the contents of the folder and install the cat as a fake patch. Okay, what's that? What's the fake patch thingy? Let's see. Okay, the fake patch is this. This cat and that are patches on the game. So a fake patch requires you to renumber these files with the following ones. So if you copy this over, let's try this. Let's see if it works as it should. See, those 20.cat and 20.dat are renamed as 14 and 14 because the 13 was the last number that I had. Okay, so that's the important part. If anything has those type of files, probably they want you to install them as a fake patch. Sometimes these fake patches have different options, like more powerful lasers or repair laser at 50%, 100%, 1000%. You just need the pair of files that do what you want to do. If you want your weapons to be 1,000 times stronger, and you have like 5 pairs of files, just take the ones that you want, copy them over, and just rename them to fit in the enumeration. So in this case, it will be 15 and 15. That's all there is to it. So if you take your time, you do it, like carefully and one at a time, checking, running the game and all that stuff, you'll be fine, and you'll have in your hands a fully modded and ready game to play. This game is awesome, and this mod, the Star Wars mod, looks amazing. I don't even recognize half of the ships, but man, I want to fly them all. So I'm Caronte. I hope this was helpful. If you need anything else, don't hesitate to contact me on the comments down below. And I see you later. Bye.